Day 9, week 3. Let's see what's going on. Have they finished the airplane yet? Nope. Still building.
Still building.
Yeah, so some
It's saying to put washers in there, but I can't get.
you don't know how to put your washers in there.
I know how to put them in there,
Yeah.
but it says if you look at the picture here, it's I read it as unless there's only one washer each side.
That's one washer each side, and then by the look of it, so you've got that, and then it will be if you look at that.
Because I can't get two washers in there.
Yeah. So, so normally what you want to do about
See, if you try and get, you can't get those two.
but yeah, you can probably let me see. So that's two of them, huh?
Yeah, that's one each side.
Yeah, on each side. Yeah. It probably will go, but so as the top one already that's in, and you could get that one in, no problem.
Yeah, that one
was fine.
But these are different sizes.
Then sometimes what you can do is, if you
I can force it. I just didn't want to.
Yeah. Sometimes if you let me just see that is probably very close to the two that they require.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it's I see what you mean. It's probably going to force it. So
David's, the only other option is
you can also use a half washer.
the thin washers.
Yeah, so you can use one full and one thin.
Yeah.
It depends. I mean, these are pretty well machined, so it should fit pretty well, or it should be a pretty tight fit.
Yeah.
But if it's really a struggle, then you can just keep a half washer in
I
there.
just want to make sure before I go.
But let me just see. Yeah, it's very tight. Very tight. I would say 1.5 is going to be a better option here. That's like a half washer there. So basically what we do is you can use a little tweezer or a little pliers or something.
I've just been using another bolt.
But if you do something like that.
Yeah, that's all right.
So now you can sort of
That'd be perfect.
pull it out and just push it in to the place.
Yep.
And then you pull the tape off.
Yep.
So let's try. So you just go out there. You have to obviously that they may fall in there now.
Yep, stick that in there.
Yeah, so let's go like that.
It's like magic. Nice.
One, and then there.
That's great.
And now you just put it on. And then now the other one we want to get in there.
It's the thin one.
You said that's so I would say a thin one rather. Where's that little thin one?
Yeah.
And you're going to use this when you start putting your ailerons and your flaps on. It's sometimes hard to get that little washer in there, tight space. So just a little bit of tape, hold it.
Yeah.
And once it's in, you just pull it out. There you go.
I had an issue like that on the Mexican control box the other day.
There you go.
Not gonna.
And
Yeah, audible.
much better?
Much better.
Yeah, there's almost nothing there. So that's what you want, yeah. So, I mean, you can probably force that other one in there. It's just, and then, force it jumps out and falls in there.
You spread that and then you crank this shit up.
Yeah, and I mean, you're going to, when you pull this, you're not going to make this like super tight. You just want to make that it's that you've got the bolt in safe. And that which also show you that every time that you tighten up a bolt, you will know, like until it's strip half a turn back. No, but
You do it until it breaks and then you back it off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But generally, aviation terms, if you can see 1.5 of a thread, it's in safe.
You're pretty up.
If you can't see 1.5 turn, then you take washers out, you use a longer bolt. And I mean, once that is done, it's always a good idea to torque check it.
Here is the completed L control box that I was working on Friday. Looks really good. I only did the bottom part. It's been mounted in with the control cables for the elevators.
The bolt,
Right.
you know, with every bolt was checked because it makes your inspection just so much easier, you know.
So you're not torquing with a torque wrench, you're just putting it on with that
I mean,
1.5.
you can go and you can torque wrench everything.
Right.
I mean, you know, that's gonna.
So this,
I think I think you get to the point where you probably build so many of them. There will be a specific torque for AN3s, AN4s, AN5s in specific areas, but it's all lock nuts, you know.
right. So it's not really going to be doing anything. Get that 1.5. 1.5.
Have you
Fred?
managed to do those seat bottoms, to redo the seat bottoms?
Yes. Mitch did that.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, there you go. So that's perfect, you know, and
I can smile.
I like the back part of that.
Yeah. You can always do that. And you can do that, and just there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Not too tight, just nice and tight, not over tight. Yeah, see. So, and then one of the things that you want to do is, and you'll see this, once we've got these now adjusted, in fact we do that, the adjustment, we actually do that on the aircraft.
Yep.
What they call, you rig your aircraft. Finally, when we rig the flight controls, you'll see that there's a left and a right. And the idea is when you turn the tube, that the sticks will move either in or out.
Yep.
So you don't have a right and a right, it's always a left and a right, so to move it in or out. That's the one thing. Once all of these are then locked, you know,
Yeah, we'll paint them.
very, very important is that like an eye bolt rod end. I call it rod ends, but yeah, eye bolt's probably much better name. So what you want to do is that you want to make sure that you see it's like perfectly vertical.
Yep.
But one doesn't sit like that, and the other one is the other way.
it can't go like
Because because once you've locked it, you want to be able to do that
Yeah.
with.
Yep, that makes
Okay.
sense.
All right, good. So that's just another thing. So yeah, if all of this is in according to the drawing, you can tighten up that one.
Tighten them up.
And then we will do that one, but we won't do the final locking in of these. And obviously you want to make sure that the thread, when you put this one in, is exactly the same as that. You know, so that one is not halfway in and the other thread is 3/4 in. So for example, he's now done that bolt there, and all you do is, he's done up the nut. So these are a little bit watery, but you just like that. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
So if you see it, just
So once you've done that, it means that's good.
Yep.
You don't have to
Don't
check it
touch it.
again. If this thing ever comes loose, that will,
Move.
you'll see it. Okay, so once you've done all your bolts, you can do that. We won't do any on the lock nuts right now. Okay, so sorry, it's going to be a bit wet. I just wanted to do it. We can take it off again. So you can see what we do. All right, with this stuff. You just tip it so.
Yeah, that's it.
Can we get some yellow?
Yeah, we like yellow.
Oh, we can. We can. Yeah, you
to,
get.
to match your
You know what? It's
Alcantara.
quite interesting. You get all different colors,
Yeah.
simply so that you can have different inspectors. And you know, yes, you for example, blue. You know, if
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
has not done it, or if somebody has done it,
That's
you can
what we
say,
did
well,
with
you've
the
checked it, but why is it
Oh.
wrong, or why is it loose? You know.
We used to, at the workshop,
Color coded our bays. For that
and
reason.
different coloured things. So.
Yes,
See,
it.
so-
Very well.
For that exact reason.
So that is 1 times.
Ah, look at that.
That's not a lot of movement there, huh? Oh, there you go. Good
Well,
job.
it's so
Okay.
responsive.
Well, that is one more assembly, done and dusted.
Do you want to put it in?
Yes. Let me just see. A long push rod from the front, pushing there, which will push your elevator.
Okay,
That's
so the
those.
rudder cables just come through there.
Yeah, it's just a rubber cable box, just holds it, but that's your actual elevator control. and you'll see your push rod's going to go there, and then just under there to the tail. So it goes from there through there, just under there, and through to the elevator in the back. So what do I say? So I would say let's put that on the side, and then let's start with these pulley assemblies, because they are part of that whole control. Yeah, yeah.
Well, not in con-
Yes, these needs to be dropped. So you don't want to do it too tight, but you don't want to do, because otherwise you do that. So you just want them, yeah. So we'll draw that, put 2 rivets through it just to hold it. That's fairly simple.
You want to drill now or after? After it's
Oh, you can actually do it now. That's not a problem. So it's
So the rear pulley bracket assembly, where does this live in the airplane?
so these pulleys. There's let me show you the position in the plane when you know what you're doing. Well, you know what you probably know more than what I do, but I'll show you where they go. So that elevator control, the stick control, that goes in here, of course.
Yeah. Yep.
Then the pulley is connected to the ends of it, and then there's another pulley that sits here, and it's a cable. The cable then runs, elevator cable runs like around the pulley, under and through here, and then the other pulley will sit here, goes under and through there, and then it goes straight up to the top. And if you look at the top, there's the other pulley there. So you've got the one pulley there, and then that will go to a little bell crank that sits here. That will then, that goes from there, around the pulley, through the floor, up through the pillar, up to the pulley there, to the bell crank, to the push rod, to the elevator. To the aileron. Sorry.
So are the pulleys already in here?
No. So that's what we're building now. So those pulleys, we're going to fit here, here, here and there. And I will check, because what's quite interesting is, again, when we had the previous I-wings, these were fitted.
So is that, the pulleys go inside?
No, it goes here.
On
It
outs-
goes
on the
outside,
outside,
yeah. It sits on the outside, yeah.
It's covered by some
And
interfering.
it's got some rift nuts by the look of it, and then obviously it's got a couple of screws that will screw it onto the, yeah. Just want to get us to open us a table to work on. You don't want to scratch your windows, so you need to have a clean work surface.
The windows are too big, Earl.
Yeah. Why are we making them so big? So yeah. So really what you want to do is you want to put it where it's going to be very nice, where it fits nice. Because they're all curved, obviously they make them quite bigger. So then you're going to do like a really rough cut. Cut it, I would say, within about 5 millimeters of where it should sit in that indent. So we will mark it like that, right around. And then once we cut it, then we start with I use these little flapper discs on a grinder, and you just go a little bit by a little bit. It's a dirty little job, and you go very pretty tough, these windows. A lot of people think you're going to cut it, it's going to break. They're pretty tough, but still be careful, because you can crack them, and then it's sort of a bit of a disaster if you.
Yeah, that's what separates you from 18,000 feet and freezing cold air. So you tape it in place.
So it's a little bit not moving around too much. I like to use fine line. You can use a little marker, I suppose. Now then I give myself like a little cutting line. Okay, so I'll just sort of just run it fairly close to the, to where it should be cut. Okay. Not too close. You need to have a little 2 or 3 millimeter gap, like a little bit of a, run yourself a little bit of a safety margin there.
You've done this before. That's a slim safety margin.
Yeah.
This is where that line is not so ideal, that piece of masking tape, so I'll just run like that so that I know I'm not gonna stuff it up, you know. I'll take that masking tape off now.
Why did our fuselage have the back windows put in and yours didn't? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Okay.
It's supposed to have a windows in. It's part of what we pay for.
Yeah.
You know, it's part of a quick build option is to get the windows in. So why was it not in? I don't know. I should have chosen my serial number better.
Oh, you make it look so easy, Earl.
No, it's you know, you just also, you know the old thing where we say measure twice and cut once. Be always careful when you cut your windows. That's very easy to overcut when you've got a problem. So the fine line tape, I normally use these for putting the lines on your aircraft, you know, for paint. That's actually where this is used. So you'll see that the fine line tape is another 3 millimeters wide. So even if I cut into it, I still have quite a safe margin
Okay,
there.
so you cut on the outside.
Exactly. I just cut on it like right around, and then that'll make it pretty simple. Okay. Come on. Pull it off too quick. There you go. Okay.
He's done the rough cut, and now he's doing.
So yeah, so that gives me, so the big piece has now been cut off. You can see there's a bunch of them. So just get it a bit smaller, and then yeah, then you literally just little bit by little bit, you just sort of grind away, and make sure that you get this. I think
It's snowing, Earl.
yeah, it's snowing, mate. Snowing in good old Queensland.
Yeah,
so
does it fit?
So it's
Close.
almost where I want it to be. You can see it's and now it's just that little bits that you literally take very little bits off, and so it's just a game of it's really a game of patience. You know, don't take off too much, don't take off too little. It really needs to just sit there, and yeah, eventually you're going to get it. Is probably now, I can almost say that is, you can now see that is,
Yeah.
that's perfect fit. So which means that there's probably, if I say perfect fit, less than 0.5 millimeter around it.
Right.
So you can imagine now if that window gets warm,
Right.
what will happen?
It
It
expands.
will expand, and I'm pretty sure, you know, then you can have cracks. So it looks beautiful, but you know, you want to have at least, I'd say, 3 millimeters between it. So basically, I've got that green line there. I'm going to cut about 1 millimeter into that now, 1 millimeter or 2 into that all around, and then that will be my sort of, should be my last, giving me a pretty good and the easiest way is just to, because you want all around a little bit off, so you just go same pressure right around.
With the grinder?
With the grinder, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and these little, you know, a lot of people ask me, what do you use? I use just a standard metal cutting disc. Standard, the thin one, as thin as possible. Standard metal cutting discs, and then to take 1/2 or 2 or 3 millimeter off, we use these little flapper discs. They 80 grit or 60 grit. 60 will obviously eat more, but they are really simple, very easy to use. But yeah, that's how I do it. The other thing that people ask me is, I see you work without the guard. And I says, you've got a guard on there, you can't see what you're doing. So yeah, it's. See right around.
Some breathing room.
Some big breathing room, yeah. And that's very easy to fill now with, you know, with a little bit of black silicone. And normally what we then do is, so you paint this first, whole frame, then you stick this in place, make equal spaces there, and there. Let it dry out, and then you put a little bit of tape, you know, like that, and a little bit on the inside. So you put tape there, like that, tape on the inside, and you force the silicone in there. And then once you're done, you pull the tape off. You've got a beautiful.
That's after you attach this with the black stuff?
Yes. Yeah.
And we
so
let you do that because
one
you're
down. Another
excellent.
couple to go.
So somebody's gonna ask, can I put vent windows and put a big hole in
Some
there?
people do snap vents.
They do?
Yeah, I don't like it. It looks a bit industrial.
Yeah.
The snap vents are pretty good. I would say the ventilation in the high wing is not bad. But you know, if you really need more ventilation,
Open the door.
yeah, fly without the doors.
Can you do that?
I can't see why you will not be able to, but it will be a pretty job to get the doors off, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So it's not an easy job to take the doors off this
Okay.
aircraft. Some aircraft is quite easy, but this is not one.
Yeah.
Sometimes they they come up with some fancy ideas.
You know, when we met you at Avalon, I think I came up to you and said, yeah, we're looking for a Saratoga, but, we want to see what you got. And so, Saratoga, 6-seater, extra space for the long haul.
Yeah, and look what you bought now, much better.
Right. But then James and Mike in the Slinging for 20 years are like, yeah, maybe the next thing we might release is more than 4 seats. I'm like, that'd be about right. As soon as we get
I wonder about that one. I will never be surprised, but yeah.
As soon as we get our 4-seater done, they'll come out with a 6 or 8-seater. So 2 down.
2 down, right?
Only a windshield to go.
Yeah.
You said this one was better than the last one?
Yeah, it's got a nice, little bit bigger gap, slightly bigger gap. But yeah, sometimes I'll have to work on the frame a little bit because what you want to do is when you do that, it must sit flush.
Yeah.
But when you come here, you can feel it catches.
Yeah, it could slow us down a knot or two.
And so what happens is that this frame, you can see I've already taken it down a bit. You be very obviously careful because you don't want to go through the frame.
Right.
But sometimes the frame sits a little bit high and then, the window sits a little bit proud and you want them to sit nice. There you go.
Very nice. So a sweet friend gave this to Elijah for Christmas, and here it is. He's building a model airplane at the same time that we're building a real airplane. All right, here's Elijah with his Sling high wing tail dragger. Last piece. Oh, the left elevator is going on. Look at him. Where's the rivet gun? We need to rivet it together, otherwise it's going to fall apart.
There we go.
Woohoo! Oh, look at the elevators. Do you have flaps?
Yeah. Oh. Yep.
Oh, flapperons.
Yep. And also,
Nice. And let the pistons go up and down too.
yeah, I know.
That is so cool.
Yeah, let's see if it flies.
Very good. In celebration of the Sling high wing. All right, here I am standing on the wing of a Sling 2, about to engage in some mass amounts of aviation. Heckfield Sling 9954 lining up runway 10 departing to the east. Heck.
Taking the centre, a little bit of right aileron for that cross. Not yet, just keep us here on the ground, airspeed's alive. Not yet. 60, now, just bring the nose up. A little bit. Okay, and we're looking for 70 knots. This is called jumping pin. This is a big feature, yeah? This is Stradbroke Island. On a normal day, this would be clear as anything.
Yeah, it was gorgeous when we were here last time.
Okay, well, I've got the aircraft. I'm just going to give you a quick walk around the playground, yeah? This is Stradbroke Island, our training area.